Currently, for me, I am studying conservation agriculture. I'm an agriculture major, and I'm specializing in crop production. And in my team, we are simply diversified. We were interdisciplinary. There are guys who are studying mechanical engineering, and the other guy was studying biochemistry. They were my colleagues, but they have different specialization. Even though they are studying conservation agriculture, I'm specializing in crop production. My other colleague is specializing in animal production, and the other one is also in crop production. So, because we are studying different things, we had different approaches of our project. Because our project was about animal production, feed production. It also involved crop production because we were talking about forages, crops, and row crops. And also, we were using machines, so we needed like a mechanical engineer, and we also needed some lab experiments, so we needed a biochemist. So to mean that we used our interdisciplinarily to use different approach to our project, develop the prototype, develop things that could make our project into a big thing and realistic thing. So it really helped us, and I learned through many things in that process because I learned some laboratory things that I couldn't have learned because I was crop production, don't know much of the sciences, but I got a chance to learn it. I learned some things about physics, about mechanical tools. Yeah, and it really helped me. I learned many things in this process, and it was a great thing. Well, for us, we are planning to do a business. We are not only going to end here. We want to do the business later. And you can't do a business with only one approach. You have to have multi-approach. And you need to be interdisciplinary. You have to learn many things. You have to learn many approaches to approach your idea. So what this really helped me out to during the production phases, during our prototyping phases, it helped me to see that you can't approach something only using science. You can't approach something using only what you learn in the class. You need an outside experience. You need to know how the people outside, what the pain they are feeling, because you want to solve their problem. You need to know what the problem they are facing. You need to know how is the solution. The solution isn't one thing, only one idea. The solution, how you're going to apply the solution, the different approaches. That's interdisciplinarily. This is the one thing that I learned from this competition. No. We came together, but we worked together to other projects before. Like some of them, like in high school, we did some projects because we studied in the same high school. But we came back together due to the Wege Prize competition, and that's when we started to work on this project collectively, doing prototyping. And when we reached further phases, like in phase 3 and phase 4, that's when we made like a very big contribution and turned to the serious thing. That's even when we come up with an idea of forming a business through this, because it was reaching, people are liking it, and the comments from the judges, they say that it was a very great thing, and that made us think that this could solve the realistic problem that's out there. Yeah. About the Wege Prize, we had experience from the previous teams because we had the contact of the team that did the Wege Prize. They were the finalists, but they weren't in the top 3. But he shared the experience with us. He told us that they have the judges. They also help the projects so that they can blossom. If you have the realistic solution to the problem that's out there, they can help you to make your solution better and also provide the funding. So we said to ourselves, why can't we go for it? And went for it, and luckily we were successful. We went to the finals. We got the comments from the judges. We turned our product into a realistic thing. We even made a prototype. We are further going to make further prototypes to make our product even feasible for the market, to solve that problem we are facing. We want to make a solution for.
You can pinpoint one thing. Was there a specific point in the process or a specific piece of feedback you got from the judge that really kind of reshaped the way that you were progressing? And if so, what was that?
Yeah, there's one thing about the judges. They mentioned about it wasn't really like a hard thing, but it made us think out of the box. Like it was Joe Williams, I guess, the judge. She asked about, are you selling those products? Are you selling because you're about using the animal feeds, or are you selling the technology of making that animal feed? That we talked about, we wanted to sell that animal feed, but secondly, we thought about, hey, the technology, if we sell the technology, there will be no much competition. But if we sell the feed, people might copy us and produce the same feed. We might face heavy competition in the future. So why can't we even sell the technology? Because that was our cutting-edge solution that we'll be providing on the market, something that is not there. So that made us think out of the box and talk to ourselves, we can even sell the technology, why not? Yeah. So that made us come with a very new approach of how we're going to do things. Yeah. Of course, because my university, Rwanda Institute of Conservation Agriculture, is in the rural areas, and sometimes in the weekends we go out to the rural areas, we observe the problems that are there, and we try to brainstorm the solutions. So solving the problem that many people in the rural areas are facing, people who surround you, makes you feel like you're doing something, making an impact to your society. So that makes you feel good in one way or another, and feel that you can even range. You can not only do it for those surrounding areas, but you can also go like from the farther, like go to another province, go to another country, help those people in those rural areas to know about that solution too. So we really felt good because we are making a positive, we were in the start of making a positive impact, and we will scale up and go beyond. Yeah. Inspiration I got from the other teams, firstly, is from EcoCycle. Those guys from Asia. It was actually my first time seeing someone from China, and I applaud the Wege Prize for helping me to do so. And I learned very many things from those guys. Like their approach, they used much technology, they used much automation. Their solution was really innovative, and it made me like actually think out of the box. Like using AI things, using enzyme things, using automated processes can also be a good solution, especially for the developing countries. They tend to use traditional ways, while we can use the modern ways. As the world is evolving, we have to evolve with it. And also for the CNN farm, the CNN group, I also learned a bunch of things from them, because their approach, they're also trying to move from traditional boundaries to the new ways or modernized processes of implementing things. And that approach, all of those teams, the approach they're using, really inspired me and teach me many things that I can integrate into my project, or maybe I can even work with them, because the CNN farm needs the animal feeds to feed their CNN for production, and we are producing animal feeds. We can work together because we are even neighbors. They're from Tanzania, we're from Rwanda, and also that CNN in Rwanda also it is locally produced and it is consumed, so we can work together. And it made me have connections from those team members, from the judges, that I wouldn't have had if I wasn't a finalist. So I really thank the Wege Prize for this.
Someone who's a young person just about to come out of school soon and start your professional life, what gives you hope for not just the future of Rwanda, not just the future of Africa, but the future of the world, knowing that there are so many other young people like you who are just really passionate about creating solutions and not just dwelling on problems all day?
Yeah, it really shows me like 50 years from now, the world is going to be the better place. Not the world filled with pollution, as they say, not the world that is big climate change, the greenhouse. The future is bright. The world will be sustainable. The world will be green like it is today, and even more greener like it is today, because we have the youth that thinks outside of the box, the youth that wants sustainability, the youth that will use circular economy. And that's thanks to this competition like Wege Prize, and even many foundations or many programs out there that helps the youth think sustainably, think out of the box, and think something that could be sustainable for the environment in general, and even think in the triple bottom line, like for the planet, for the people, and for the society. I think the world 50 years from now, 30 years from now, in the future, in the near future, it will be a better place because of the smart youth that fills it. For the future, it has three principles. The principle that I like is regenerative nature. Doing something like consuming something from nature, but make sure that it goes back. It's in a closed loop. When you take something, make sure that it gets back. That makes something flow like it's supposed to flow naturally. When you remove something, make sure that you give it back, and it circulates back from where you took it from. That approach, all that idea made me think like if you use resources, make sure that they get there, make it everything renewable. Each and every time, if someone uses it when you used it, that they can come back and use it back as well and even put it there. Yeah, that's what I like about circular economy. And I didn't know about circular economy before I learned it. I learned it in the Wege Prize competition. Yeah. I would say that if you participate in the Wege Prize, you will learn many things. It's not only about the prizes they provide, but also the knowledge that you get from it. Because there are some guys who came out from phase 3, they're even hungrier compared to us because they're targeting next year. I failed to do this. I want to do better. I didn't provide all necessary things. Next year we provide even more relevant data or more relevant things. So it gives you the commitment to do better every time. It makes you learn more new things that you can use in the future, not only in the Wege Prize, but also to the outside, either competition, either project, either things that you can apply your knowledge into. We, in the Wege Prize, we are trying to just develop a prototype, but in the next phase, we are going to develop a product that will be marketable, that will put in the market so that it can be sold, that will put in the market so that it can solve the problems that are out there. So that's our next phase of our team. We are going to do something that can be marketable, something that can solve the problem that is very out there. That's our next phase that our team is going to do. If somebody asks me for advice to come into the Wege Prize, I'll tell them you need persistence. You need to stay on track. You need to never give up because it will be a long process. 9 months isn't a small process. It is really a long process along the way. So you need to just keep on working. Don't give up, because sometimes it can overcrowd you because they use students, university students, either undergrad or grad, and even postgraduates. So you have to combine it with your studies. You have to combine it with your heavy assignment, with your schedule that is very busy. So you have to be committed to stay on track. You have to be committed to work harder. So I will tell them to be persistent along the way, along the 9-month way, and develop something that's really good for the society and even for the planet in general. In this competition, I gained mainly 3 things. First things first is the knowledge from the judges, from the comments they gave us through phase 1 to phase 4, and even from the presentations. I gained much knowledge from it, and also I gained experience that I wouldn't have gained if I attended the Wege Prize, because I got to develop the prototype, I got to learn many new skills along the way. I got to be exposed to the other disciplines that I'm not currently learning in my curriculum. And the last but not least, I also got to learn, I also got to meet many new people. I got to make connections, either with the other finalist teams and with the judges in general. And the Wege Prize made me meet many people that will get to be influential, that I'll get to use in the future, and that will get to use me in the future as well.